So one of the cool things in the last couple of years have been that the exchange has grown with lots and lots of new peers, some big ones, some small ones, some local and some international. And then there's still quite a few big ones that's in the pipeline that just takes a while to get through the processes. So you might recognize some of those names on the screen. If we've missed anyone out that's joined in the last year, apologies. And there is some people there that are in the process of ordering their cross connects that have just been a little bit slow. Well, one person, sorry. Yeah, but the most interesting thing about this is there's been multiple new peers that have come in the smaller data centers. So rather than everyone focusing on keeping all their eggs in one basket, many people have diversified into the smaller data centers, or not necessarily smaller, but the less popular ones. So yeah, and it's starting to make sense for some peers. And yeah, a year in review. Well, it's been the usual thing. We've been hard at work doing paperwork updates. That might sound easy, but when it's an organization that's been around for 26 years, clearing a 26-year backlog where originally everything was just done with a shake of a hand, it takes a bit of time. And I know it's a boring topic, don't want to talk too much about it, but it's taken a remarkable amount of time. So please, if the INX team writes to you, for the love of whichever deity you believe in or pray to, please reply to them. So we can please get this headache over. And some other good news, we're restarting training in Q4 now that COVID seems to have sort of half been forgotten and no one wears masks anymore, so we can start that up in earnest. So keep a lookout for notifications for INX training. Some of it will be back to the standard topics that everyone's forgotten, like RPKI, and right into some deeper, more useful things like network design, etc. And if there's something specific you would like us to do training on that you think is useful to you and others, please drop us a mail and we will gladly consider it. And then just other random interesting things. Durban, that was sort of cousin it that everyone forgot about, finally has some 100 gig peers, which is quite a big movement for an exchange that a couple of years ago just did, I think, like 40 or 50 megs if we go back to 2015. So having 100 gig peers there now is really, really cool for us. And then, yeah, some other interesting things that happened along the way. Jinx, Syncs, and Dinks are now the first African Internet Exchange points to be OIX certified. And for those who are living under a rock and don't know, OpenIX OIX1 certification is, and I'm quoting from their blurb, is a in-class and first ever global certification for Internet Exchange points. The OIX1 certification sets a minimum level of service and engineering and was developed by a broad consensus of world-class IXP managers, engineers, and their customers. If you want more details about that, please have it. Oh, oops. Sorry, something funny happened. Please just have a chat to Donald. He is sitting over there, the other bearded guy from Durban. Sorry, just trying to get back to my notes. As he's the one who pushed hard for this. Yeah, and he'll be happy to answer any questions you have about it. And so why did he do it? Well, there was a lot of misguided people who thought INX wasn't up to scratch because we weren't manners certified. Never mind the fact that we did a lot of it more than the basics, basic necessities. So we went ahead and applied for and thought that why not get to an actual industry certificate along the way too? The manners people hadn't replied yet to us, but we are happy to work with the OIX1 process and prove our commitments to running a secure and open exchange. And no, it doesn't actually practically change anything on the way we do things. Then a standard joke has been with INX is that Nish actually has been hit by a bus, so technically he didn't pass the bus test, but he survived. So we know that he has passed it, yes, but we need to make sure we can pass the bus test properly. So we've added new additions to the INX team. That's Donald, as I said, the bearded Durban guy with a beard bigger than mine, and Faith, who you might have had some interactions with and they make up the team that provides the world-class service. So yeah, Donald, just wave to anyone who might have missed you. Oops, did I skip 2 slides? Other small things we're going through. We've been doing some community engagement in the Kabeja area, or Nelson Mandela Bay, or Old Port Elizabeth, or whichever name you want to call it. We have intents on trying to start an exchange there if we can get the community running. We have done some upgrades to the network. So there is now 500 gigs of backhaul capacity going into the Samrand area from our network. And there's some more backhaul upgrades coming soon. There's been some more dark fiber added to our mesh in Durban. So we're no longer relying on anyone's lit services. It's purely dark backbone there for us, so that we light up ourselves. We have a new ticketing system, which is perhaps boring, but if anyone used the Atlassian products, it's a bit of a pain. So a new ticket system has made life a bit simpler, and we are working and improving a knowledge base attached to it. So yeah, if you've got anything you want us to add to the knowledge base, please give us a shout. We did some remote tutorials with some organizations through Africa, some up as far north as Sudan, and repeating with some other NOGs, so yeah. And then we just renewed our commitment to support IXP Manager, which is the tool that does a lot of the admin for us in the exchange. For those who haven't ever logged into your IXP Manager login, it can give you quite a lot of very useful information, specifically around things like which other peers you exchange traffic with. Many people can't afford fancy NetFlow packages, but as an exchange point, we can at least tell you, based on the traffic that goes through us, we only look at the MAC address and draw some nice graphing. So if you've never used it, please go to portal.inx.net.za and give it a bash. Just log in with your current peering DB credentials, and life should be good. So as we started earlier with the voting process, I wanted to do Don's part now, but timing didn't quite work out. We have a couple of members who are technically ending their tenure on the committee now, which is Ben Roberts from Liquid, Rian Vos from MFN now, I think it is, Portia from Flex, and a couple of other hubs, and myself. And then, yeah, they'll be replaced on the committee with the new members who the community vote in. The exchange is always an exchange that's run by the community for the community. So we take your guidelines on what you want, and we take your guidelines on who you want to represent the exchange. We're not a big corporate or anything funny. It's a simple non-profit that listens to its community. So yeah, if you want to get involved, we do elections for about half of the committee once a year. And then, yeah, so we keep some consistency. So keep a lookout for next year's voting. Otherwise, if you want to be involved, the technical committee, which I chair for the next couple of minutes until, well, we know what the final results are, you can also partake there if you're not wanting to sit in bureaucratic stuff and just want to be involved with the actual technical nitty-gritties, because lots of us like playing with new and cool toys, like 500 gig DWDM gear from our friends in Infinera, which is really cool. If you ever want to play something cool, the Cloud Express stuff is really, really cool gear. Why do I think I was on the wrong slide there? Oops, I was looking at the wrong slide. So yeah, those are the faces of the people that are leaving and, well, will be replaced. And then lastly, as a community-run exchange, the exchange relies heavily on sponsors and goodwill. Without the organizations here, it would be much more difficult to do what we do. We're deeply indebted to all of them. If you would like to support the community work that we do, please do feel free to give us a shout, and we'd love to partner with you and achieve even more for our community. And yeah, I had a slide there that said gave our contact details, but I think that's fallen off somehow. So yeah, if you need to reach out to us, just pop a mail to ops@inx.net.za, or you can just browse on the INX website, and you can find all our contact details there. I'm going to ask Donald to quickly come up so we can announce the new committee, as I believe it should have arrived by now in message. So yeah, Don? Let me see if it maybe was sent to me rather than Don.
Probably the appearing person knows while we wait for the feedback. It's not going to take long. It's not that many. Do that.
Right, so can I just quickly announce them?
Where's my phone, actually? So we'll have, oops, saves us time. So if I can just ask Web for Africa to come up. Don, you're here. Hirotel and Graham. Okay, so Web for Africa can go first.
Can I announce the results, or do you want? Let's do it after that. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name is Oluni with Web for Africa. So we appear on IXPN in Lagos, NAP Africa, Johannesburg, and Jinx. We're a web hosting company and are very open to peering. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Don.
Right, as you've heard in the previous presentation, we're INX-ZA. We're in multi-site exchange in Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. We're in IXB, and we do ROV, origin validation filtering, as well as strict IRR filtering. And if you want to get hold of us to connect to the exchange point, email us at ops.
Thank you. Next is Hirotel.
Hi, I'm Derek from Hirotel. We peer openly in the major, or the three NAP exchanges, Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban, and also at Dinks we're at. We're mainly an eyeball ISP, so most of our traffic is inbound. And yeah, did I miss anything? That's it.
Thank you. And then next is one of two of Graham.
Hi, I'm Graham, and I'm from Vumatel. This is our enterprise AS, so there's no eyeballs really behind this. So if you're looking for peering with the users on our network, this is not it, but this is various infrastructure stuff. We openly peering currently in Joburg and Cape Town, and we should have Durban sorted out soon. Yeah, we open, but yeah, there's not eyeballs behind here, so don't come looking for that, please. If you want eyeballs, then you can try that ASN, which I also look at every now and again. And also, oh, that's an old slide. That's wrong.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't know. I think I sent you the wrong slide. That's fine. Yeah, that's the SADV ASN, which is also part of our group, and we are peering Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town, and also open peering. And there's actually eyeballs on that network.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I will give it back to Don.
Right, so thanks everybody for voting. And I'd like to congratulate Angus, Edrich, Portia, and Rion onto the committee. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Drop the mic.
Excellent. Thank you so much.